Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live plumbing.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Welcome to the morning show with Dawn and Freddie S., the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Welcome to the morning show.
Morning to you.
We have skeleton crew today.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little concerned about that. I need to stop being concerned about all of these things and let everyone do what they do.
They must be up at Sinful Crave.
But I'm not really quite sure why they're not here. Because last I heard is the shoot they were going on this afternoon was canceled.
What's that to do with that?
I'm not sure why they're not here.
This is all...
Do they know if it was canceled?
They canceled it.
They canceled it.
This has nothing to do with...
What is it then?
They just not showing up when they show up when they want.
Is that what it is?
Pretty much.
Jaylee, you're going to have the next corporate team meeting. Okay.
We got the new CEO in studio.
Morning. Happy Tuesday. Talk to me Tuesday. I'm going to be talking to lots of people today. How you doing?
What is Talk to Me Tuesday?
I don't know. It's better than it's not better than Taco Tuesday. I just don't have any tacos.
I invited a whole.
You should go get some.
I invited a whole bunch of people to Sinful Crepes on Thursday.
Yeah.
At 11:30 up at Gateway on I-95 up in Boynton.
You have the address?
I do.
1050 Gateway Boulevard.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't go across the street. That's what happened when I did.
So
went to the beach.
Yeah, but I actually went to the crepes place instead of the other. Didn't realize it was crepes.
Okay, so you know where you went, Bramers? This is across the street
right,
to
that's
Bramers.
What I'm saying. I was on the other side.
So you make a left, and then you make another left, not a right, into Sinful Crepes.
Exactly.
You think you could do that?
Yes.
You sure? Last time this guy went, he was 45 minutes late on the beach. He must have been an A1A strolling.
Morning to you, Michael.
Morning,
Alex. Morning. I'm really impressed with Alex. She came in, she set this whole thing up on her own. Cameras, mics, everything.
I said to her,
Stream
she asked me about the cameras. I said, yeah, you know how to do it. Well, I've done it before.
And she even
I'm sorry for doing it before and saying so.
I've done it
before. Sass every morning.
Sass? My God, you got to put that in a jar, put it on some bread.
I didn't mean it like that, and you know it.
So you've been here for what, about 6 weeks now?
Yeah, about a little more than a month.
You learn very quickly.
I suppose I do.
Do you know she drives? She's got a car.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Nothing. I think
everybody in here drives. You drive?
Yeah, I drive.
No,
I drive
everyone
people
here drives.
crazy.
Yes, you do. That'd be Michael.
Yeah, she drives. I've known she's driven since day one.
Yeah.
She did a great job. She's done a great job.
She surprises me.
I know. That's
and then
what
she
I'm saying.
says,
We're
you know,
in awe of you,
she goes, you know, I got nothing to do. And she looks at me. I got nothing to do. And she got nothing to do. I got nothing to do. I got to find something to do. What are we doing? I got a new job for you. I'm going to hook you up with somebody, and let's go get some new business.
Okay.
Because I think you would be fantastic on the road. You have the personality.
Yes.
I suppose?
As opposed?
She says
I
that she's
suppose.
supposed.
No, not suppose. That's a pantyhose. He's not supposed. He's absolutely good at it.
This is. I'm terrible with social skills, like in real life, but professionally, I guess I kind of have to.
But you're
be.
aggressive. So if I say to you, I need you to hit those 10 stores, you'll do it. And then at the end, go, okay, I did it. Now what? It's that kind of mentality that you need in sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to be
You
aggressive.
pushy.
She's good at what she does.
Pushy. Boy, when she gets married, I want to meet Mr. Right.
Can you believe today is Gatto's birthday again?
What
Like
do you
a
mean
year
again?
has gone by, and again. So
I don't remember his last
Again,
birthday.
it's once a year.
I feel it was like just his birthday.
I don't
we kept
remember
saying,
his
"Are you
last
still
birthday."
23?" He said, "I'm still 20." Now he's 24.
Are we going to celebrate Mexican style?
There's the bus, or just bus yourself.
Yeah.
Which means he's been here since he was like 21. Gatto.
Wow.
He's been here since 21.
Since he was 21, he's been
No.
here for 3 years.
No, he was a miniature egg back then.
He was
No.
he was in
I don't
school when
think
we
so.
met Gatto.
He hasn't been here
Yeah.
3 years.
He's been here 3 years.
No.
He's a good egg.
He's a good egg. So
you hear
happy
he got
birthday.
engaged
He
for
did
his
not.
birthday? Yeah.
You're making that up.
Congratulations, Gato and Mrs. Gato. And you have many kittens.
Hello?
Anyway, you wanted to introduce, say hi to Jayla. Move the mic a little closer to you.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
No, it's fine. It picks up. Don't listen to her. You're
okay.
fine. You'll be able to
Perfectly.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
fine. I was thinking of calling her Lala
Why?
Lala.
because she's
she can't-
Jayla. Jayla?
Yeah, Jayla.
So Lala Land.
Yeah. La 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 la.
The Teletubby?
I like her.
Like a Teletubby. Wow. Wow.
Do you know what I saw
Wow.
Robert De Niro? Do you guys even know who Robert De Niro
Yeah.
is?
Yes.
Okay, so he's got a 2-year-old daughter.
Yes. From his 68-year-old body.
I think he might be older than 68. But anyway,
72.
he was having her watch The Wiggles, and there was like some award ceremony, and he was zooming in on this award ceremony, and he's got like The Wiggles in the background, even though The Wiggles still existed. Remember The Wiggles? We were talking about that last
You know,
week,
it's funny. I made a joke about Wiggles.
which is why I'm telling you the story.
And she's telling me the story, but I already had seen it.
You saw that?
Yes. But everything the Nero sees I watch. But the funny thing is, they made fun of me, crucified me. It's funny they went to see Jesus Christ Superstar at night, but crucified me about using the word wiggle because it's
Wiggle.
taken as a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a
It
kid's
depends how
show.
you say it.
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite stories is my brother, he happened to stop in a Steak and Shake on Halloween. And there was a guy in a full Teletubby costume sitting there eating a burger. He's like,
That's hilarious.
I know.
Says,
and he's
says
like,
the man who dresses as a pirate.
It's hilarious. But then-
I know. And he said, I am not okay with this stress.
It's funny because I was using Wiggles as a pickup line. You know, hey, how you doing? Let me get your digits. Let's go wiggle. And people found that absurd.
Wow.
Let's go wiggle.
Yeah.
You do?
Wiggle.
I
But
think
you'll
I've
see the
heard
Wiggles.
You
You
Huh?
know what?
worse?
He should
I
bring
think I've
a,
heard
he
worse.
should
That's
bring
not
a
even
bowl
bad.
of Jello with him.
You see, that's not even bad. I
That's
like
not
this
even
girl.
bad.
You see?
All right, so Jayla is now going to be your new PR manager.
Absolutely.
You are on
She
the
understand-
right point.
She
yeah.
understands me. See, I'm a nightmare to that one. One person's food poisons another person's food.
All right, so introduce yourself.
Oh, well, my name is Jayla. I am 23 years old, and I currently go to Florida Atlantic, and I am studying communications, and yeah, that's about me.
What year are you in?
I'm in my 3rd year.
Perfect. And what are you going to do when you grow up?
Be successful and be the woman God has called me to be. You know, I can't be anything else but that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
She-
love that. Have
she
you always
has a
been
lot
this
of spice.
confident?
Oh, yeah. Confidence is the only thing that'll get you to places you thought you'd never be. I tell myself every day, get up, because nobody else is going to do it for you. And if you really want it, you got to be starving. So,
Wow. Your parents raised you like that?
no, I raised me like that.
Impressive. Good answer.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is impressive. That's it takes a lot
When's
of
your birthday? What
courage.
sign are you?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh.
Of course she is.
Like you.
Oh, you're a Pisces.
Part of the clan.
Leo Virgo cusp.
Ooh.
Look at his face. He's
You?
Like, ooh.
What the hell was that?
You see the
face?
look?
What sign are you? Sagittarius?
Scorpio.
Oh.
My best friend is a Sagittarius.
You know, not for nothing, but my first wife was a Scorpio. And we get along until that stinger gets out, because Scorpio has a stinger.
So
Oh, yeah.
you and the Pisces, you get the flow, the creativity, the spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
that.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of it.
It's the yin and the yang of the fish.
Yep.
Which is true. Helen's coming today also.
Oh, Lord. She's bringing you a mango.
Great.
I told her you was allergic, so she's putting it in separate bags.
Even better.
And you know what that means.
I don't
Wait,
either.
You're allergic?
To mango?
Are you allergic?
I am.
Oh,
wow.
my gosh.
I didn't know. I was the one bringing you mangoes in the past because I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. As long if I don't eat it, I'm good.
You like
Everyone else
mangoes?
can enjoy them.
Well, you know, I know a recipe for mango sorbet.
Great.
Good, so you can take these and go sorbet them. You like mangoes?
No,
You know?
I just have a mango
You
tree.
just bring them?
Yeah, I just have a mango tree.
I have
We
plenty of
eat
mango
mangoes.
trees, but I ate so many when I was at your age, I can't
I
stand
think
them
mango
anymore.
trees are like iguanas. They just populate themselves.
Yes.
Mangoes are
Yeah.
delicious.
Actually, you can actually take a store-bought mango, take the pit out of it, wrap it in a wet paper bag, paper towel, in a bag, and you can actually grow your own from the store-boughts.
Did you know that? Yeah, I have paper bag
I think
mangoes.
you can do that with everything.
They're
Yeah.
pretty much. You can even do it with strawberries.
You
Yeah.
can do it with anything, which is why there's farming.
You're hilarious. Do you know that if you take the pit of an avocado and you
Yeah.
slice it up and you put alcohol and there's something else, turmeric, and then you use it in a spray bottle, it becomes a medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't
Take-
the pits
they think-
have a little bit of cyanide in them?
Cyanide, yes. They
Wow.
have a lot of it.
Castor beans, actually, if you're not careful, you can create something called, I think it's called ricin out of it.
What's a castor bean?
Ricin is very dangerous.
Yeah. In fact, that's why I don't recommend it.
That's what they use. They put it as a powder, and that was what they were doing in Miami.
The anthrax?
Yes, that's what ricin is.
Is it? I don't know. Don't try this at home, kids. All right. So,
Exactly.
so we were interviewing Jayla, and then Jayla decided to turn the tables and interview us. So we just figured, since we were going live on air, she could continue to ask the questions while we're right here on air. So here we go. What's your next one?
You have embarrassing questions? Ask her.
No, I don't have embarrassing questions, but I know I do want to ask you guys, how'd you guys get started and how'd you
Oh,
know this is
Lord.
something like you guys
You don't
were
want to know that story.
excited to do? Like this is what you wanted to do.
Nobody knew this was coming. That's the first thing. And I met Dawn at a party that she hosted.
13 years ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah, every time I think about it, I cry. And I asked her to work with me because I loved the way she worked the room. I loved the whole concept of what she was trying to do.
And
And
then 4 years and a week ago,
4 years and a week ago, she said yes. She said me no. 1 year wasn't even an
4
answer.
years and a week later, yeah.
Somebody I was interviewing was having her as her first guest. How'd you get that gig to be the first guest to that?
I met her at a Christmas party.
And you just decided to be a guest?
She says to me, will you be a guest on my show? And I said, who's your show with? Who's your producer? She says, oh, my producer's Freddie Santori. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know him. I met
But you
him
didn't know me. I met him 4 years ago.
I met him at a party. And she's like, yeah, he's my producer at iHeart. So it legitimized it because I knew that's what you did.
So now the
Now you're
story has a
legitimized.
new layer.
Now you're
So for 4
legitimized.
years, she didn't think I was legit. So what'd you think? I was a jip?
I didn't know you wanted to work with me. I never got your messages.
That's not true. You told me no.
No,
I
I
had
didn't.
nothing to
You
say.
made that? Well, yeah, that too.
You said that. What do you mean
So
I
will
made
you
it
work
up?
with me? I said, I got nothing to say. What do you want me
So
for?
then you grew something to say for her show?
Well, she wanted to talk to me about what I was doing at the time.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. You see how this goes round and round?
They're like an old married couple.
Oh my gosh. 9 years ago, and then I was on his show called
Mm-hmm.
Two Boys from Brooklyn and The Broad. It started in February of
She always
2016.
points that out.
In May of 2016, I was the 12th broad in 3 months.
In 3 months.
They went through a lot of women that he and his partner just
My partner kept
together with.
getting rid of them. So for some reason, he was
He
very
was a little
unprofessional.
offensive at the time,
Yeah.
He was funny, yet funny can be construed as not appropriate.
It's
sometimes.
funny because I never found him funny. I found him embarrassing. But everybody laughed.
It's not funny, haha, it's funny weird.
Yeah.
Like if you were there, he would say something inappropriate. And then I found myself uncomfortable defending him. And that happened with you too.
I know.
And I said, enough.
I would just ask him to explain the joke, you know?
He
Oh, he
did,
will.
and then I had to step out of the room when the explanation came because it was like,
Yeah, and I would be like, how was that funny?
No, and then him and I had words, and then that was
Just
the
too
end.
embarrassing.
anyway,
But
we
that
were,
was the end
we
of
were
the
up
show.
at iHeart at the time, and then a year and a half passed. We were doing morning, and then Freddie says, well, what do you want now that we're doing 5 days a week morning show on iHeartRadio? And I said in my naivete, oh, let's do FM radio. And they called us in the next day. We were on a live shoot, and they said, we sold your AM radio time. You no longer have it. And he says, next time you manifest, can you be a little more specific?
Yes.
And I went, no problem. You're at Beasley Radio with WNN and WSBR. Let's go there. Like,
So
why not?
We took the midday show there.
So we went down there, and we did the midday show down there from a studio. We were up in Delray because we had to leave iHeart, and then we found this lovely art gallery. We had our studio there, and then one day he says, and now what do you want? And now I'm like, all right, now I got to be specific in what I manifest. And then I said that we needed more. He kept saying we needed a bigger boat, we needed more space, and then it was right before COVID came, and we had to find a new space because we had a difference of opinion with our landlord.
Yeah, he
And-
was crazy.
And we ended up here in this amazing studio that wasn't a studio at the time. And then we lost our time at Beasley Radio. And then we started streaming, doing what we did. And then we acquired more time at night. And now it's two oldies. And 9 years later, we have an internship program and a foundation and a lot of equipment.
Actually, the internship program was 9 years ago. Because when we were at the other place, we needed help with it. So there was a girl named Teddy who used to run around with signs. Go to commercial, go to commercial. It was hilarious.
But we never had the foundation.
No.
So today I was listening to a podcast that said, God will never give you something you cannot handle.
Yeah,
You
they'll
won't.
never give you more than you can handle.
You can always handle what you were given if you truly believe in that.
But you have to understand,
That you're given what you're given for a reason. Like,
Okay, so-
it made me think of it like for the foundation. It's a lot of work, and there's so much more to do that I can possibly even tackle.
but that's what you asked for.
Right.
But
So,
it's
It's
what
up to you to make it
it's
happen.
what we've been given, and it's, even though it's like a whole nother mountain to climb, apparently we can handle this.
Did you answer
Yeah.
her question?
How
You
did
got-
we end up together? Did we answer your question?
In a sense, yes.
So did we know this was going to happen? I did not know this was going to happen. I don't
It's
know
a
if you
happy
did.
accident.
Yeah.
Did you know this was going to happen?
No, the day that we came here, the day before, we were going to take another place. Thank God we didn't. The landlord was crazy. He was kicking paint cans around when we got there to sign the lease. And I said, no, we got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And we left and we came here. And this place was vacant for 21 years. Now, this place has history. This place belonged to who?
Ariana Grande's mom.
And who sang here?
Ariana Grande and Kendra Erica.
And we even reached out to the mom. She's up in
She's here.
West Palm or something.
She's here in Boca.
Boca, yeah.
And we reached out to her to come and visit us. So the name of the theater, Little Palm Theater, that's on the outside, we've tried to change that name 3 times. And something happens every single time. So we figured, let's just leave it alone.
Yeah.
So that's the story of the house. The house has its own following. There are people that came here, that guy that came here to learn how to be a musician, right? That we saw at Jesus Christ Superstar, the director.
He was his first show when he was 8 years old. He worked with Little Palm Family Theater when it was Jan McCart's over at Royal Palm Plaza. I know, there's just history.
Yeah.
So did I know this was going to happen? Absolutely not. I started working with Freddie because it was fun.
Because it was fun.
Now you're so much fun every day.
'Cause it was fun. But
What's
back in
never
the,
a dull moment?
I had to compete with her having a job in Atlanta Gary and says, give me your phone, I'll get you fired.
Good morning, Heather.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
That's Mona Lisa.
She needs
Good
her
morning.
coffee.
How
You
are
okay?
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you sleep?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, she didn't.
Sure.
You guys must have been all hanging out somewhere last night. I missed the...
How are Gio and Layla?
Her, yeah, must be, because Gio's sick as a dog. Layla's...
Did you know he was sick yesterday?
No,
Right here.
I did not know he
Gio
was
was
sick
not
yesterday.
sick.
No,
Gio-
he looked pretty bad.
No.
You guys were doing Sally's show. I was looking at him, and his eyes were like red and droopy.
I didn't
because
know
he
where
was, because he was up to 4:00 in the morning with his girlfriend watching movies. That's what it was.
I didn't know he was sick until he told me he was worse today. So, Gio, feel better. Today's Gatto's birthday. Again.
We need to go get him a cake.
He's not coming in today.
Comes
Well,
in
when he does, we should get
tomorrow?
him a cake.
He'll be in tomorrow. We get him a cake for tomorrow.
Gato is Andrew Garcia, a.k.a. El Gato,
And got them.
because he's Mexican.
This is Jay Lester. She's interviewing us.
So when you see him, ask him, say, yo, Gato, I hear you're Mexican. See what he tells you.
Yeah, anyway, not even a thing. So did that answer your question?
It answered it,
Some
yes.
of it.
Some of it,
We
but
never have any clear answers. I
but-
know, there's a lot of gray in what we do.
no, but I've gotten a lot of information just from what you
You
told me.
got too much information coming at you.
I
I'll tell
didn't
you
know
that.
this was where Ariana Grande
Learned to sing.
learned to sing.
Right.
And speaking of her, have you guys watched Wicked that came out?
They have it now on Netflix.
Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah.
I watched it on the boat. I took a cruise a week ago.
Did you guys like it?
He has a whole new audience.
You didn't like it? No way. I thought it was amazing.
I woke up like halfway through it, got a ham sandwich, and came back. It was the most
My dad
boring
does the same
thing.
thing on the Carousel Progress.
It's the most
I love every
boringest
time
flick.
we have a new person come in. Freddie's got a whole nother audience he can entertain. It's like a whole new comedy show for you over and over. You could do stand up.
Wicked was hilariously
Brad Pitt.
boring.
See, if you're not into the arts and if you're not into theater, you might not really care for it.
Anything green to me ain't good. That's all I got to say.
Well, the
Nothing
next
green.
one's coming out in November.
I'm excited for the next one. I'll tell you that much.
They held
very
a
excited.
contest to see who could hold a note. You know, she sings that note for 18 seconds. Ariana Grande.
Oh, I believe it.
18 seconds. So the radio stations.
Cynthia Erivo does.
Yeah. Oh, Cindy Radio now? You see, I can't even tell one green from the other.
Well, you know who the original was?
Original? Why?
The original Elphaba in Wicked.
No.
She later went on to play Elsa in Frozen.
Yes, Idina Menzel.
I don't see any of that. I like the original Wizard of
Same
Oz.
here, but I
With
also...
with the shoes and the dog and the fat lion. I
All
like
right,
those
so if
guys.
you could have magical ruby slippers, but yeah, they would look nice on you.
Yeah.
What would you want to do? What would you click your heels 3 times and do?
I ask for more clickies.
No, what would you do? You have 3 clicks.
3 wishes?
You get 1 wish, but it's the 3 clicks. You know, like there's no place like
Oh,
that.
you only get 1 wish? That's a chip.
Yeah.
Dropout TV.
All right, Alex, what would you do? You could have magical shoes.
There's no place like Dropout TV.
What's Dropout
What the hell
TV?
is
The
that?
streaming service that I want to work at in the future.
Where is it?
LA.
Drop out TV? That sounds like people who didn't make
What
it
do
in
they
high school.
do? Maybe that's what it is.
They do a lot of like comedy stuff. They have a lot of professional comedians on there, and it's crazy funny.
Are you a comedian?
No.
Do you like
I want
comedy?
to work in the background. I love comedy.
You should do comedy. You should do stand up.
One of the things
You're the-
Terrible
you're-
stage fright.
Yeah, but you're one of the most funniest people I've ever met.
Yeah, you're funny without
Yeah,
meaning
only
to be
when
funny.
Only when I don't feel the pressure to
Okay, so
be
you
funny.
so what's the difference? You go up there, you do a set, boom. You see, it's the face.
I always tell people one of the things I like about comedy is there's truth in it.
Oh yeah.
What would you do if you could click your heels 3 times?
I don't know, get a job.
Okay, doing what?
I don't know, anything that I'm good at.
Which is?
I don't know.
You wouldn't ask for endless amounts of money, so you don't
Well,
have
if
to
I
get
had
a
a
job.
job, then I don't have to ask for endless amounts of
I
money.
would ask for millions because I would ask to be like a billionaire to the day I die, so I can do anything.
Endless
anything
amounts of money.
and help anyone and
Grab your
everyone I
mic.
can.
What's the...
I want to fly.
Fly.
I want to fly.
No.
Outta
flight is
here.
overrated.
Like
Why?
Like
If God
that's
wanted
an
you in
airline?
the air, he
fly,
would have
I
gave you
just mean
wings.
I want
know.
to fly.
Oh, okay.
The more money you have, the more you can do in life.
I want so that if I go and open the closet, there's always much money that I want. That's what I
Really?
want, yeah.
What is that going to bring
So-
you happiness?
Very much so.
All right,
I'm gonna
Jayla,
be
how
so.
about you?
I'm gonna have so many friends.
As you guys are asking everybody else, I'm thinking like, well, what would I click my toes for and go and get? I don't know, honestly. I can't. It wouldn't be money because
No,
no, because some of the richest people are like miserable.
because they're stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for money, stupid. I asked for money my way. See, because my
Right.
way. Do you know if I won $100 million tomorrow, I'll be broke by Thursday?
Yeah.
Would you give it away?
I believe it.
Because I would do so many other things with
But
it.
you wouldn't give it away.
I would.
You would do something with
I would
it.
give a lot away. I said, Michael, how much you need? Look at that's the answer. Right? How much money you need?
$100 million.
Okay, boom. Here you go. Mona Lisa, I'm afraid to ask you, but how much money you need?
How much money do I need?
Yeah.
Are you gonna give it to me like right now if I tell you?
Well, I'm gonna click my heels and see if it happens.
Oh, $1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1
You wouldn't even know what to do
billion.
with $1 billion.
Exactly, but at least I'd have it, so I'm set for probably the rest of my life, and
What-
my parents' lives and my sister's life.
So you want to take care of your family?
I want to take care of my family.
She
I want to
can
give
get
my
an intercom.
parents back the life they gave me. That's my ultimate
She
goal.
can get an intercom like Jalen has.
An intercom.
No, Gio would click his heels for that because he was fascinated by that, which is crazy. To me.
Jason-
And she says it doesn't even work.
She's like, it's all from the 70s.
It doesn't work. I
works.
have the same one she had. It didn't work either. It worked for the beginning, and then it died. Something got hit by lightning.
It's so funny. I used to
What
have
would you do with it?
with what? If I could click my heels, I want to fly. Not in an airplane. I just want to
What are you, a
fly.
freaking mosquito?
I want to just
But then you
levitate.
wouldn't have oxygen up in the air.
I just want to levitate and just get places faster. I feel like I can't get to where I need to go with
Teleport.
these little feet.
Teleport.
Yeah, exactly. I want to just teleport to go where I need to go.
Yeah, well, there are limitations
morning.
in teleportation.
Come here, we got a question for you.
Should I sit?
Yeah, right
Sure.
there. But I
For
don't want to
example, you have to see
fly.
where you're going, otherwise
Oh,
you could end
thank
up in a
you.
wall.
You
No,
don't have
no,
to
yeah,
fly.
but
You
may
ask what
crash.
I want.
You may crash.
I'm not worried about
You'll be a
crashing.
mosquito. Somebody hit you with a newspaper.
I just want to fly. I just feel
You'll
like
be a
I can be
splat.
so much more effective if
Morning.
I have wings and I can go.
So if
I'm loving your earrings today.
Thank you, Michael.
you click your shoes
Your
and you
heels.
get your heels
I'm
and you
straight
get
home.
and you get one
Just going home.
and you get one
You go this way.
Wish.
Oh, no.
one wish. Anything goes. What would it be?
Financial comfort from my family.
See?
You want endless amount of money.
I don't need endless amounts of money. I just want everyone in my family to be financially comfortable for the rest of their lives.
But that could be
They don't
$10.
need to have $20 million. They just need to pay their bills, have get groceries, pay their car payments, pay for everything that they need to live comfortably. I want them to be able to do that
Financial
with no
freedom.
worries. Financial freedom.
I want to live so. I want so much money that it's uncomfortable.
I
I would be
That's you.
embarrassed to say the amount of
Sure.
money that I'm
Really?
getting.
I just want to fly.
No, because
I
there's always a need.
Well, if you have all the money in the world, what
Yes.
can you get?
Everything.
Everything. but after that, what do you get after that?
Just because you can have
You can't
everything.
eat money.
Yeah.
There's a line in a song actually that I like that it says some people are too broke that all they have is money.
yeah.
Some people are so broke that all they have is money.
Well, I like that line, but I would just want to have. You know, it isn't only for me because I run into people every day that have a need. There's sicknesses, there are illnesses, there's cancer research. You know, do away with all the pharmaceuticals and just get to people that really want to fix the problem. Because the way it works now, they don't want to fix it. They want you to lean on something to keep paying for it.
Yeah.
It's it's like, for example, if you're on like Social Security, there's a limitation on how much you can earn or how much you work, and the more you work, the less you get from Social Security. So I call it the treadmill. So you could run, but you never get any further than where you are.
Did you see they've just passing a bill? It doesn't
Don't
apply
even
to
go
you
there.
guys yet.
Don't even
You
go
cannot collect now until you pass go at 67 to
Yeah.
get your full amount.
there. I heard. It's okay.
Means you're going to be here longer with me.
No, it just means that they.
You have
But
me
I,
for
but I,
4
but,
more years.
but I knew that was coming. You know, the bad thing about money is how you spend it.
Oh, yeah.
If you spend it on yourself, that's a sin.
Why?
But if because
Don't
if
you
you
need to eat and pay your rent and pay your
yeah,
car
but
payment?
that doesn't
You've got expenses you got.
yeah, but that doesn't mean
Well,
you need endless amount of money.
I have a
Endless amount of
question for
money
you
is
guys.
everybody else.
So, Jeff Bezos, CEO of, well,
He just did the
Past
stupidest
CEO?
thing he's ever done.
yeah. I was going to say, you know, he's worth like, I think $218 billion.
He just got married.
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, the wedding was worth $34 million.
Correct.
I hate his guts.
And, you know, I
have to
can't
work,
even fantasize like paying that much on a wedding. I'm pretty sure it was beautiful, but like, what are you paying for?
Everything. Did you see the wedding?
Yeah.
He had boats and yachts. He
wedding was-
bought the town of Venice.
All the money in the world can't buy good style either.
Oh, it can't. I seen her wedding dress.
Something that
I didn't like
makes
it.
me sleep good at
It
night.
wasn't the best, but
It might
for
be
how
the
she
best.
dresses, I was like, okay, girl, that's
I
cute.
think she had 3 dresses though,
That's okay.
Yeah.
and they got on the boat and all that. The town of Venice got up. They were up in arms. But the funny thing is, he spent the money there,
Yeah.
and they're still screaming. So you know what? His rockets don't work. If it wasn't for Amazon, he wouldn't.
But
have
think
all the
about
money.
Amazon. Think about this guy started this project. It was a project, an idea
I
in
tip
his
my
garage.
hat. Yes. I
Actually, yeah, but he had
tip my
help
hat.
from his mother.
Okay.
It doesn't
He
matter.
starts everything by
It doesn't
himself.
matter. He
Doesn't
got
matter.
it
So
done.
he had an idea.
Yeah.
He got it done with his
Yeah.
mother and his wife.
Yeah.
And it was an idea. It did not exist before it came out of him and his brain and his wife, and they put it into action. And then, however they did this exponential growth, they did it. It wasn't given to them. It wasn't trust fund or nepotism.
Right.
He and his wife
He
had an
earned it.
idea and created it. He earned it. He owns it. Now, how he spends his money, that's a whole nother conversation.
But that's his life.
Yeah.
Right. But the fact that
Amazon
he
is not
created
run
this-
the way he created it anymore. It's so vast, so big that
It's definitely
people
different.
that are running it are some of them are really.
But is the
sound
conversation here about how he got into his wealth or what he does with his wealth? Because those are two very
It can
different
be either
things.
way.
Because
They
like no one's like saying anything negative about how he came into your wealth. You did your work. You had the good idea.
It's how he's spending it. 34 million for a wedding.
Yeah, but look, I don't care if you want to spend 34 million. If you have 34 million that you can whatever spend it on your wedding, do it. You know, I can't fathom that amount of money. I've never seen
That amount. Yeah.
that much money. That doesn't make sense to me. But if you have it, go for it. It's more just like I think it's crazy that it's like it's normalized today for people to even have that much money just like in their couch standing.
Yeah, I think
like
That like interrupts the flow of like money and the flow of like
But he has a great idea that keeps feeding him money.
for sure, which
But
great.
it's
You set that
expensive
up for
workers.
you and you alone. Awesome. Take care of you and yours. I would probably do the same.
What if
But-
we buy a lotto ticket and the first prize was $100 billion? What was that? 53 billion?
Well, then they take 3/4 of that out of
Yeah.
taxes.
Well, they take
and
a
then we're
quarter
left
of
with
it, but so
half a
what?
mil.
No, you're gonna end up with $1 billion. But what would you do with your life? Would you say what?
I would use it to pay my bills and put the rest in savings.
I would hire someone to clean this place every day, and I would not have to do it anymore, including the bathrooms, Heather.
I would
And my
get.
parents
I
pay
would get
me,
rid of.
125.
I would get rid of all.
75 every month to pay the
What would you
bills.
do?
I would get rid of all this
Why?
because I would have a plane where we do shows, and we go to
He wants a
different
PJ.
countries every day.
Interesting.
Well, you still also have to pay for the hangar, the fuel, and the
It's $1
flight.
billion, buddy. Even if I
That's
spent
lot
$1
of money
million
that could be going towards saving your planet.
Like, what does...
saving my planet.
Saving the
Yeah.
planet.
I
Good
wonder
thinking.
if, like you... Because we both kind of agreed, like, that kind of money, like, that amount of money, like, I can't imagine.
yeah.
Who
what,
can?
Right, like, I don't know what. Like, what's the feeling when you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, there's, like,
You're-
2 billion in my
You're
bank
in
account.
Switzerland in the Alps and you're overlooking. And
Like,
they bring you
imagine
coffee.
waking up every day and you're like, I
But
have
isn't that what
$2
dreams are about?
billion dollars.
But do you think it changes
But
who
that
you
to me,
are?
like, that's not my dream.
Yeah.
Like, my dream in life isn't to one day wake up and be like, wow, I have X amount of money in the bank.
Wow, you better be lucky I don't hit that number because I'm gonna send you to Switzerland.
But do you think it would intrinsically
come?
change who you are?
Yes.
I think, yeah.
you have
Yeah,
to?
money
I
definitely
think it
does
has
change
to.
people.
Maybe
It
not
has
for like guaranteed the worst. Because I think for some people do very good things.
Well, I mean,
But-
it's like look how like in Titanic, yeah, Rose's family they looked down on anybody who wasn't on their level, and then you have the nouveau research.
But that's judgment.
But you can't.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
base you on a movie. Don't
Well,
base
no,
you
it's in
on what
society.
other people say. You don't even do that. Maybe it will. It will change you. Maybe it won't. Maybe I become a priest. I don't know. Give me the shot at it, and then we'll see what
I can't
happens.
imagine not going to the dollar store though.
Like I think it
Actually,
definitely
a lot of
changes.
millionaires.
Oh, it definitely,
actually shop at
changes
Target.
people.
It doesn't have to be
It definitely
bad.
changes people. Even if the people that were born into money, because I work around a lot of these people, and a lot of them come from the island in Palm Beach. And if you know, Palm Beach is old money. I'm talking about old money. So a lot of those people are very entitled, and when you work around them, I didn't come from money, but I wasn't poor. I'm middle class. So I will say they make you feel like you're less of them. And it's not a good feeling, because it's like, because you got a head start, that shouldn't make me feel like
Less than
yeah,
worthy.
exactly. So I will say money doesn't make people the best or create them to be their best selves either. It will change them, and I've even.
But let me
noticed-
ask you a question then, based on that story. Do you think that money just shows who you really are? If you, in other words, if you are just a piece of,
Oh yeah.
and the money comes out, then you
There's
become
a
that.
movie like that called Shallow Grave, where
Yes.
there's a person, there's like a suitcase full of money, and then they have to decide, okay, well, do we tell the cops and get rid of the money, or keep the money and get rid of the body?
It's not just money; it's any kind of power or value or influence.
Yeah,
True
I'm not
that.
sure today if
True
it's
that.
money or if it's the power.
The power. The power. It's always the power, because inside of us, there's a key that if it's watered with the opportunity to really show who you are, it could be good or it could be bad. But I've seen a lot of bad.
Yeah.
I've seen a
could
lot
be
of
good.
I've seen a lot of bad poor people. I can only imagine if they had $1 billion, it'd be bad
Worse.
rich people.
Right? Like, that's the thing. Like, there's so many, like, double edges of it. Because it's like there are bad, like, crooked, rich people. And then there are also, like,
Bad poor
bad,
people.
crooked
Poor people.
people living in poverty.
Yeah.
Well, there's a famous
And, like-
pirate who had a quote about that. He was talking to this guy named Easton. He goes, well, there's only this difference between us. You would use the law to rob from under the cover of the law, and while we risk our lives in pursuit of wealth under our own courage of our own lives.
No, pirates aside, I think that people, the seed of people is mankind. Is mankind evil, or is it not evil?
Both light and dark.
I know
good
that.
and
I'm
evil,
just
light,
saying-
Heaven and hell.
Do you think it's born? Do you think we're born that way or not?
Yes.
Let's get into some philosophy.
Yes, I think
we're
You think
born that
people
way?
are born the way they are?
You know, it's funny you say that, because I was always under the belief that the Bible and Scripture and even the show that we saw on Friday night shows the seeds of evil, and then we end up going from evil to good. It's not from good to evil.
So you think we're born instinctually bad?
Exactly.
Really?
I think
I
it's
do.
a cycle.
I think it's nature versus nurture.
You think? See, I think everyone's born with a clean, pure slate,
No.
and it's life that changes you.
No, we were born hunters. We were born to survive.
I was not born. As
We
a
were
hunter to
born
survive.
in caves. We were born like any other
We're
alligator.
not born as prey.
Well, technically,
See,
crazy,
why
Freddie.
zombie
He's
movies
always
freak
one
us
way,
out.
and
That's
I'm
a
always
really
the other.
interesting-
He's always the dark, and I'm always the other.
It isn't
side.
that, because until man shows me that that's not true, because I see it every day. I see children, when I was coaching, that was 6 years old, that you would say, what the hell happened to you? And then you look at the parents and say, and the parents are really great people, and go, I don't know what's wrong with this kid. This kid's like Damien's son. But I think we are born that way, and we get, that's why the Bible says that you're supposed to get
That's an interesting,
baptism
That's an interesting claim.
and take away the original sin, because I think that it's just the opposite, and it's very
So-
hard to find good.
Actually, no. I'll ask
Okay,
you this
say it.
not. I don't want to ask this on the air.
Ask.
I don't want to.
It's okay.
I don't want to.
It doesn't bother me.
She doesn't want to.
I would rather not talk about this when the camera's pointed at
Oh,
me.
okay.
All right, so we can go to commercial break, and we come back. I did send one video clip over, and we can continue.
And I erased it.
And you threw it in the trash again. Our relationship.
Accidentally, you see what I'm
What can I
saying?
say?
Evil versus good, as long as it appears.
I feel like you and I have this like chasm.
We should get you both one devil horns and one.
I know.
Oh my gosh, just
You
thinking
guys
that,
are
yeah.
like-
I know.
We should get,
You can
like,
meet us for
real
5
effect.
minutes and understand who we are. It's insane. All right, more to come. We'll be right back.
back.
Okay,
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty region pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Wings, we also sell them. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
At Revive Air, we're revolutionizing indoor air quality with AirShield technology. Our commitment is clear: delivering advanced air disinfection solutions for healthier, safer environments across all indoor spaces. AirShield utilizes patented confined plasma field technology to neutralize viruses, bacteria, mold spores, allergens, and more, ensuring cleaner, safer air for everyone. Breathe safe with Revive Air. Visit airshield.com or call 608-807-8677 to learn more. That's 608-807-8677 to learn more. Revive Air, redefining clean air. Because you are what you breathe.
At Gen X, we believe skincare should be both powerful and purposeful. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Powered by women, made for everyone. Packed with bovine placenta, a rare regenerative ingredient rich in growth factors and nutrients. Infused with collagen peptides and hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and coconut oil. Each ingredient is powerful on its own, but even better together. Feel the science, see the glow. Shop Gen X now at genxbeauty.com.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
True Oldies FLA is South Florida's premier destination for timeless hits from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Brought to you by AMP2 TV network, True Oldies is broadcasting across multiple FM and HD stations, including 95.3 FM in Delray Beach and Boca Raton, 95.9 FM in Palm Beach County, 96.9 FM in Broward County and North Miami-Dade, and 106.9 FM for Stuart St. Lucie and the Treasure Coast. True Oldies FLA delivers feel-good music that spans generations.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the morning show with Dawn and Freddie S., the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Almost hit the wrong bell.
Almost hit the wrong bell.
All right, we're back.
Do you ever not think about something? Like, is your brain ever just clear and you're not thinking?
No.
No.
Yes.
Every day.
No.
Like me? Never. Is there a moment that I'm not thinking?
Nope.
You overthink everything, though.
That
Dawn.
too.
You know, yesterday there was a fly on the ceiling. I said, look, there's a fly on the ceiling. And she went into the whole history of flies on ceilings.
That's why I want to fly. But can you not think of, is there ever a time where your brain is just like, oh, go Mets?
No.
And there's nothing else on your mind
No,
at the same
I
time?
No. And I'm very upset about that, so don't bring that. I'm very sore right now.
Or, I don't know, what's another team you like? Go Dolphin, whatever it is. Like, can you just
No,
zone
it's
in
not
on that
sports.
one
Is it
thing?
ever just
No.
go Mets?
Is it ever just go Mets?
You know, I go
Actually,
home.
I think yeah, but only if it's like in a sport, like you're just watching something.
No, you see, because now this she's talking about in general. She's
In general,
using
is there
sports.
ever... Right.
She went to the bathroom. But
yeah, like when I go to the beach, that's where I zone out.
you zone out. Where do you go?
The beach.
Oh God.
Or nature.
I go home and I think about the things that are said here by certain people.
I think you're referring to literally having nothing on your mind.
Thank you.
No, doesn't happen.
Zero thought in your mind.
Zero
nothing's
thought.
going to-
Doesn't happen.
Just bliss. Just peace. Like, oh, this
That's why I
feeling
like
is
being in
just
nature.
amazing.
Like you saw the question she asked today. That's gonna be in my mind tonight.
Which question? Oh, about
All of
that?
it, yeah. And the more people ask me about certain things, like I asked her in return about kids today, the more it begins to circulate, because you know you want to be able to talk and have a conversation with people, but you want to do it at their understanding. See, that's one of the things that as we get older we make the mistake of.
Which is?
We've seen the world over many years and we look at it a certain way, and to try to relate that understanding towards this side, it's going to be short. Because
It's
they're
like
not
trying
gonna
to
see it.
explain to someone younger than me what playing a video game was like when there was a cabinet.
See, but you're a phenomenon because you're not their age. You're a little bit older. So to you, I can have a conversation, but to a certain degree. With them, I can't have the same conversations because they're not going to understand.
Yeah, like trying to explain to them what an arcade cabinet is.
But sometimes I look at people and I think they're in this state of just pure bliss and peace of whatever it is they're doing, whether it's playing a sport or
And they're
watching
confused.
TV or something. And I'm like, wow,
They're
I
sitting
can't
there
imagine.
going, how am I going to pay my bills?
I can't imagine what that feels like. But then maybe they're not feeling that either. That's why I'm just wondering.
Look at Mona Lisa. She's
So,
never
I'll
always
give
thinking.
you 2 times where this happens where I literally don't have any thought on my mind.
Wow.
First one is when I have so much anxiety I disassociate, and I literally, my brain can't even make up thoughts. I just zone out and there's nothing there. Second one is when I'm meditating. Believe it or not, actually, like especially my yoga classes, at the end you meditate and you just lay on the ground, your hands on your heart, hands on your belly, and you're breathing and you're just listening to whatever they're playing. In that moment, you are literally, there's not a single thought going through my mind. I'm just listening to my breath and the music, and it's phenomenal.
So do you look for those moments in life? Do you like wait and look forward to getting to that place again of peace?
Yes.
And that's what you strive for during the day?
I try to.
So back to Brad Pitt, says this in the movie, now that you're saying it, is when he's driving in this movie, there were
What
2
movie?
times in his career, F1, that he felt this sense of
It's a movie.
peace. And it's just, you're not thinking about anything, you're just
It's like
in
a
flow,
zen
and
thing.
life is just taking you where you need to be.
That's because he's a race car driver.
But whatever it is, Heather has it when she's meditating. I don't know if I ever have that moment. Like, even when my eyes open in the morning, I think, okay, what day
You've
of the week
had the
is it?
moment. You've had the moment. I can tell you. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Have I?
Yes.
Yeah, like, but it's not like a daily, I
No,
live in this
there's
moment
an
of
event.
my life.
I
It's
feel
an
like
event.
people have it before. I've had it plenty of times. I feel like plenty of people have it. I have it when I go to the beach. It's just to hear
It's
the
like Michael.
waters and be on the sand. It's something about nature. Even when I'm just walking outside.
That, like for example, the Japanese have this thing that they call forest bathing, which is not what it sounds like.
It has what?
It's called forest bathing, where they go out and go out into nature. To
Yeah, they actually
revitalize their
prescribe
area.
it as like
Yes.
like medication.
Mm-hmm.
Like
The
for
Japanese
certain
do that.
things they do that. And be like,
When
like, have you ever been in the forest and felt at peace?
yeah.
That's what they're talking about.
used to live in the
Being in
forest.
nature.
Too much peace.
Yeah.
It's nature.
There's like scientific. There's like a million studies that being outside in nature boosts like your mood, your hormones, your your serotonin. It helps your pathways so you can learn better in the classroom, which is why recess is really important in elementary school, and it like does a million things for you.
One of my things is people have forgotten that we came from animals, and yet despite our emphasis on technology, we still need to connect with nature on a fundamental level. That's because that's where
all
we're
the
coming
time.
Well,
Because
nature has everything we need. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nature literally has everything we need to heal ourselves, from medicine to the
Talk about
sun
mother.
Exactly. Like.
You know, when Gio was 8 and I was coaching a football game with him, there was a big controversy at the end of the game that we lost. And they made us play the game over because the ruling on the field was incorrect.
what, the whole game?
The whole game.
Wow.
So what they did was the first team to score wins. So they scored, but they didn't get the extra point. So they were leading by 6 points, not 7. And we marched down the field. And when we scored the winning touchdown to win it, the extra point, my whole mind went blank. I couldn't see. I couldn't hear. All I saw was when I looked on the sideline with all the fans and all the parents and everybody was in jubilation, and I couldn't hear anything. It wasn't my moment. And they were running out to the field and everybody was grabbing me and I couldn't hear. Forget about breathing. I don't even know if I breathed for a minute. But I think that that's the point where something triggers, something happens, and everything goes blank. Your whole life goes blank. So when we were at iHeart, and it was our last show, and we did it my way, I looked over at you and I saw the stare. I saw the stare that I remember having when I was doing that game, and then you blanked out for a minute, and I said, "You okay?" And then you looked up at me like you woke up again. So yeah, it does occur. But normally it's triggered. This race car driver, he has to be in that zone to see and be able to drive those speeds. You're talking about speeds that very few
Well,
people get to see.
everyone has their moment of their zone,
Yeah.
whatever that zone looks
Yeah, it's
like
like
for
the Zen
everybody.
thing.
What is that moment, and can you achieve it? I don't
and
know.
sustain it
Mhm.
and live
But
in it.
I feel like it's something different for like those like it is there's like the flow state, like you're in peace, you're total bliss. But then I feel like there's those times like you're like NASCAR drivers. I also think of it with like speed skiers, like you're just ripping down a mountain, like whatever. You have to be like in the perfect like mental spot to like know exactly what you're doing, keep your technique, and like do what you need to do correctly, but also be like super comfortable, super confident, not like hesitant. So I feel like that's like a different kind of flow state where you're like doing everything you need to do. Like imagine driving like an F1 car at like top speed and you're like in your flow state. That's like different than I feel like how that flow state looks like in like meditation.
And there's
like,
witnessing
when I'm
it
painting
and
I'm
doing
like
it.
in full bliss and I'm like my life is beautiful and like all this stuff. I feel like that's like a different kind versus like you're an athlete or you're doing something that's like
You're like locked in.
like that.
And doing it and witnessing it are two different flows.
Yeah. I think
Like
so.
when my son was born, when Freddie was born, my ears clogged and I didn't hear nothing. And I saw a human being come out of Michelle. I was like, are you kidding me? Never in my life had I ever seen that. And everything went blank for a minute. And then it came back. But then Gia was fine.
But then Gia was fine.
All right, I guess we're going to wrap this up. I do have one video that we can wrap up with some levity, I guess. But I guess find your peace and find your zen. Let's roll it, Alex.
It has 5 toes, but isn't your foot? I don't know. My foot. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Dad, explain to me what a solar eclipse is. No, son. Hey, what do you feed an alligator? What? Anything it wants.
They are cute, aren't they?
And this video brought to you by Mona Lisa, who says they're real babies. Thank you for clearing that up.
Are you ready to wrap this up?
Yes, we move on.
Join us midday. We're going lemonade style, a little hard lemonade. So Renegade Lemonade joining us today in the studio. Sorry, guys, you will partake in some taste sampling. Just saying.
You guys try the
If you're
Renegade?
out for some Renegade Lemonade,
no.
it is wine made from lemons.
I
It
don't
is
want
available
to.
at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Or you can come taste
It's that
test with us
moment.
right here in the studio.
It's that moment. I
It's one
just
of those
blacked
things
out.
where we're twisting your arm
feel
if you would
like
like
I'm
to partake. We're going to be here. Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society is joining us.
Can we drink what she's doing in her
And
astrology?
OMG Flowers, maybe. I got to
Or the
confirm
cover?
with Andre and see.
You ever seen OMG? This guy's amazing.
We'll see if he joins us today. So working on this one. Not easy to get, but truly some of the most spectacular flower arrangements you'll ever see in South Florida.
It's really good.
All right, more to come. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. Jayla, nice to meet you. We'll see you midday.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.